Welcome to Real People, Real Matters. This is Diana Tulchinsky with my guest, Alex Atanassov. Alex, please tell me, where were you born?
I was born here in the U.S., I think in whatever the hospital is in Des Plaines. So I wasn't actually, not born in Bulgaria.
Oh, nice. Was your father born in Bulgaria?
Yes, yes.
And please tell me his interest in martial arts when he was younger.
I don't know too many details about it, but it's apparently something he's been it's just something he enjoys doing. It's his hobby. He was something he had from when he was young, doing judo. I think it was what he did.
Oh, okay, nice. And so, tell me more about the founder of Wing Chun.
It's hard to describe. I don't know if there's any specific founder, but it's mainly spread by. It was spread by this one woman, whose name is Wing Chun. That's the origin of the name. She was taught by some nun that we just barely even know the name. I forgot the name, but we only know her name and we don't know anything else about her. She taught Wing Chun her style of fighting, and everyone would see Wing Chun fight, and they would just call it Wing Chun style.
Oh, nice.
And eventually they just called it Wing Chun. They removed the style and just called it Wing Chun, and then from then on just taught initially person to person, and then eventually became a public availability.
How is it different from Tai Chi, Qigong, Judo?
I don't know much about Qigong, but like for example in Tai Chi and Wing Chun are very similar in their goal. However, Tai Chi is more focused on form and internal technique, and is entirely focused on that first before getting to the fighting aspect, while Wing Chun begins with the fighting, then goes to the internal. And for example, in other sports like judo or boxing or all of that, those are sports. They're competitions. They're games. So in those cases, they practice for competition rather than for application. Wing Chun's goal is to practice for outside application. There's no rule for what you can or can't hit. We'll do whatever the most brutal thing is.
Oh, nice. And tell me, was your father instructor? Like, did he win any competition, or what are the levels of instruction?
So no, he didn't win any competition. There wasn't any nothing like that to get him recognized. It's more of, after the 12 main student levels, there is the instructor levels, which are the technician, which can be subdivided into technician, practitioner, etc. And so he's the fifth level, fifth instructor level, which is the beginning of the practitioner or master levels. He only got that last September. And I'm second technician, so which, despite that being only 3 levels away, it's a difference of about 20 years. Each level takes exponentially longer to get to, and after this, once you reach the second technician level, you have the availability to get the Sifu title, which allows you to officially open a school as part of the Wing Chun Association. So you can actually, I am capable of opening my own school and teaching my own students and having them officially be part of the system of the association and the lineage, and I can test them up to a certain level.
And when do you start? What's an appropriate age for children to start?
We teach them from 4 years and up. Sometimes we have some 3-year-olds, but in the case of the 3-year-olds, they have to be already really well coordinated and prepared to learn to even get them started. And those are the young ages where we can begin to teach Wing Chun, but I think the age where we can teach the depth of Wing Chun starts at about 10, 11, 12, early puberty.
And tell me, like, what is the first level? What is the second level? Like, what do you teach them besides coordination, self-discipline, time management? What do you see different in students when they actually take classes?
So for the early student levels, the goal is to set up the basics of coordination, and which for people who have done other martial arts beforehand, they end up speeding through those levels. Sometimes we even test them twice for 2 levels at a time, since those levels are dedicated for setting up the foundation for being able to coordinate your hands and the individual muscles to get the depth of Wing Chun, to get all the inner understanding.
Oh, nice. And how does students help with no bullying in their classroom? Like,
With
how
no
does it
bullying.
prevent them in self-esteem and
Mhm.
self-confidence?
Well, the fundamentals of bullying are the exploiting of, usually it's a weak mindset. So if someone is weak and they know they're weak, they think they're weak, it'd be really easy to bully them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main idea. So doing Wing Chun, they build up their own self-confidence. They build comfort in their body, which, if they get comfort in mind, they make themselves not look as weak. So they won't be a primary target for bullying anymore. That's the first thing. And even if they do, it's really easy for them to retaliate, I guess. Not retaliate physically, but
Mentally,
verbally.
yes, verbally. Please tell me about seniors having benefits from Wing Chun.
So with Wing Chun, they get to train a lot of their mobility and their joint flexibility as well, since a lot of seniors come in with, common senior problems. They have, they could have joint pain, they could have limited range of motion, they could be uncomfortable with long movements, or rather, like cardio, for example, like moving a lot. Wing Chun helps them a lot with that. They get a lot of because we're constantly making them move so much, they get their joint mobility back. They get a lot more comfortable moving around in their body, which can extend to motivating them to, get their other parts of their health back that we can't fix with Wing Chun.
Oh, nice. And then, do you see like any help like with nutrition? Like, do seniors actually follow a nutrition path, or do you help them out actually get up and become less sedentary and follow a path?
Well, all we can really help with, all our goal is to help with the movement aspect. We don't necessarily do anything about nutrition ourselves. We're not nutrition experts. We're, how do I put it, body mechanic experts.
Oh,
Right?
nice.
We don't say anything about nutrition. Of course, kids, we suggest don't do this, but nothing. We don't necessarily teach anything for dietary. That's up to them to figure out themselves. But our goal is to help with movement.
Oh, nice. And then, do you see any women go into self-defense, like movements or anything like that, if they chose to live by themselves? Like, do you think self-defense for women, for young adults, are prevalent right now, especially in your studio? Like more women coming in?
There are plenty of women coming in. I don't know if there's more than before, but there are still plenty. And with how Wing Chun is structured, it doesn't matter if you're coming in, if you're weak, small, or anything. It's not necessarily muscle-based system. It's not a pure power-based system.
Mm-hmm. And also, what's the difference between the first level of teaching and the second instruction and the third?
Between the instructor levels?
Yes.
It's the depth of knowledge. Like, I'll just use myself an example. Let's say 1 level ago, first technician. I don't know. All I know is going towards the second level, and especially in the second level technician, I've noticed I find myself being able to understand and explain topics a lot easier. I make up my own explanations. I create a variety of explanations for one thing. I see a new movement, I can explain it already to the students, even if I haven't seen the movement before. That's the main difference between levels. It's just between the instructor levels. It's just the difference between understanding, the depth of understanding and ability to explain.
And can you tell me the benefits in your personal life, especially in your career path as an electric engineer? Have your grades got up? Did you motivate yourself when you first started practicing?
I mean, first started practicing when I was 12. I didn't. I don't know if this is just my personal issue, but I don't have many. I don't remember too much before that, so I don't know how much it has changed me, since it's effectively been my whole life up until now. As far as I remember. So I don't know the immediate changes it does make, but it does help with my confidence and ability to focus. I do know that it has improved that slightly over the few years. It has improved, very much has improved focus. It's a lot easier for me to tune out distractions and focus on whatever I'm working on. Doesn't necessarily have to be Wing Chun, but in the case of electrical engineering, it helps me focus on my classes, helps me focus on whatever project I'm working on.
Oh, nice. And can you tell me how popular it is in Bulgaria, Wing Chun? More studios are opening. How prevalent is Wing Chun, especially in Eastern and Western Europe?
In Bulgaria, I know in all of Europe it's generally very popular, significantly more popular than it is in the US. I know in the case of Bulgaria, I do know there is the one major school, there is multiple competitions per year. They hold there with multiple different martial arts. There is major news stations for the country that talk about Wing Chun. I know in Germany it's absolutely massive, Wing Chun. I don't know many of the specifics, but I do know that it's significantly larger in Europe than it is in the U.S.
And also, when did your father found the school?
I think it was 2008, 2009. Since our family moved here in 2000, and he wanted to start up a school, and since there was no actual instructors that were really close to us, we'd have to drive from here in Glenview to Bloomington to get any practice.
Wow.
So he wanted to open up his own school to teach students, because one, we practice by teaching, and two, if he teaches enough people, and if he teaches someone to get up to a high enough level, that student can check him and help him learn more. And then he just occasionally, whenever possible, goes to visit the higher level instructors to get even more guidance.
Oh, nice. And how long is a particular, like the first level class? Like, what do you expect from like the first duration? Is it 20-minute, hour training one-on-one with an instructor, or there's more people?
For one-on-one training?
Yes.
One-on-one, we have private lessons where it's 1 hour dedicated practice, and usually that's not even enough. I have a student that I consistently have private lessons with 2 times a week, and he comes in during regular classes as well. And I always recommend that you do private lessons with other people, with instructors, since it allows them to focus entirely on you for an hour. Since with the regular classes, the attention of the instructor has to be divided up between a bunch of students.
And what skills do you learn in the first level, like moves, techniques?
We teach the beginning of our basic coordination setup for some of the future drills. It's called the Latsa, which is just simple stance and a punch followed by a palm strike. And just like this with another person, just going over and over, switching sides. And just for a lot of people, that's already quite a bit of coordination immediately to start with. And getting used to that gives a huge boost to people's coordination.
Oh, nice. And then even for the last level, like what steps do you learn? Like I know in Tai Chi and Qigong you do push and pull.
Push
and
hands,
yes.
We eventually evolve into just Chisa, which is Wing Chun's version of push hands, pretty much.
Oh, nice.
And then from there, there's a bunch of sections separated by what form they're working on, and it's a lot of stuff, and the goal is just to master all of it, and that takes decades.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah,
going to take a
nice.
long time. It takes a long time to master, and you're never going to be perfect at it, as is any skill. You can never be perfect at any skill, right? But it's something we practice over and over. We practice one section 1 week, the next week another one, and we have to come back because someone messed something up here, and we go back and forth, and we all improve constantly doing just chisao.
Chisang.
Chisao, which is just bridging hands, just hands connecting like this.
Oh, nice, nice. And also, I had a question, like, do you win belts, or what is your recognition or titles or anything like that in Wing Chun?
For the kids, we have belts for each level.
Mm-hmm.
For the adults, all we have is a basic white shirt for the first 9 levels. And then you get a black shirt with a silver logo. And then once you reach the technician levels, you get this black shirt with the gold logo and striped pants.
Oh.
And then for the next 4 levels, it's the same. Then the master levels, you get a thicker stripe on the pants and a red shirt. And the next is a gold shirt. I don't know what happens to the pants at that point. I think they just go back to black. And then the last level, which is only our current the current Grandmaster, Great Grandmaster Lung Ting. He's the only one with this, which is just a white shirt. He's back to a white shirt again, just to represent that he's back at the beginning. It's a never-ending cycle.
And do you have any success stories about people that came in, they're a little bit sedentary, they're a little bit shy, and all of a sudden they overcame over lessons over time?
That's actually pretty much everyone that walks in. But if they stay in long enough, they eventually look a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident, they're more respecting, they have better self-control,
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of stuff like that. I do have one specific success story of outside of the school from one of my friends at his university. He was outside wandering around, and someone who was a bit crazy, was threatening him. He stood his ground. He didn't fight, didn't touch them at all, and he managed to get that person to back off. And he accredits it all to Wing Chun practice. And he didn't necessarily get that far. He got to his 7th student level before he stopped.
That's amazing that they don't have like internal fear. Like, I know people just freeze under, I guess,
yeah.
intimidating.
We practice a lot of control of your panic response. It's a big thing.
And also, I was just wondering, how do you like the Glenview area? Like in the studio, or the kids that come in, are they very respectful and motivated?
Generally, yes, they are very respectful and motivated. Of course, there's a variety between people, but I don't think that's related to the area. But I like Glenview. This is a great place. It's a great suburb.
And do you have any future plans of raising your level, maybe to be like a master in 20 years, or just training more students?
I don't plan to stop. Even when I move out, I'm going to open my own school or get my own private students. I will be coming back to practice more, to test for my next level. I still got a lot to go, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
Oh, nice. And do you have any endeavors, like your dad, to travel or to see more information about materials, about other schools and other, I guess, competition in Western Europe?
I mean, we're hoping to have a competition here in the U.S. at some point, but that got delayed. I am planning to, every summer we go to Bulgaria for leisure, 2 there's a seminar there whenever we go, so we go and practice for a week as well. So I'll be doing that in July. And then at some point we also hope to go to Hong Kong to go visit to practice with the grandmasters, to go to the HQ to practice there. There's a lot I could do,
Oh, great.
and I'm not against any of it.
Oh, nice. And can you tell me about the folklore of Wing Chun? Does she defend herself through battle, or what does Wing Chun actually symbolize in ancient Chinese folklore? The
Folklore.
name.
I mean, the name means spring chant.
Oh,
That's what the name translates to. Well, I'm not sure how that necessarily translates into the martial art, but I do know that she was a monk.
a monk.
That
Yeah.
and and Wing Chun used to be in addition to Shaolin monk training. Like you'd do a bunch of Shaolin monk training, and then you would get taught Wing Chun separately afterwards. But I don't actually know many of the specifics in the folklore. I haven't heard much of that.
Oh, great. And then how has electric engineering incorporated with martial arts? Do you feel like competition, it gives motivation and
I mean,
and discipline and tuning out exams and everything else for students?
I mean, in the case of electrical engineering, the main thing that transferred was focus. Since electrical engineering is less about kind of mechanical physics, it doesn't translate that knowledge as easily. But since Wing Chun is a very physical, it's a lot about biomechanics and knowing physics, understanding physics in general, mechanical physics, can help a lot with understanding Wing Chun. Sadly, electrical engineering isn't as much about mechanical physics, so I can't transfer that knowledge, but I did have to learn some to get to do any kind of engineering to begin with, so that did help me understand Wing Chun better.
Yes, I bet all the focus and motivation now of all your students have doubled at least. Like I know, like personally, I always admire my sibling. She tried, I tried Tai Chi. She tried martial arts when she was young, like at 10 and 12. And like everybody has like great academic strength when they go into the martial arts and Tai Chi programs around the United States. Thank you.
I mean, I agree. All physical activity can be very helpful with your focus and use in learning.
Great. Thank you again for talking about Wing Chun and like your martial arts focus and even your electrical engineering hobbies and future vocation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Real People, Real Matters. This is Diana Tulchinsky with Alex Atanassov.